everyone, welcome to the lecture series on ETC, that is Effective Technical Communication. Today we are going to study the third topic from Unit 2, and the name of the topic is Business Proposals. Okay, so before we get into what business proposals are, let us first try to understand what a proposal is. Okay, so basically, proposals are written offers, okay, and they solve a technical problem or they undertake, a project of practical or theoretical nature. Okay, so basically, proposals, you write proposal if you want to solve a technical problem. It's like you write it in order to be approved, and you write a proposal if you want to undertake a project which you feel would be beneficial for the organization in future. So they also serve to review and improve existing products. If you want some improvement or review on the existing products, then you of course again write proposals. Okay, and these proposals actually help us to meet the ever increasing and complex requirements of today's highly competitive business environment. Okay, and they also provide new and sound ideas, for the improvement and advancement of our society. All right. Now let us come to business proposal. So business proposal is nothing but a variant of proposals in general. So it is also, the business proposal is also known as a sales proposal. Okay. And they are basically sent outside the company to potential clients or customers. Okay. And they are quite different. You know, they take a quite different and creative directions in like successful advertisements. Okay. Uh, so basically, business proposals are proposals you send to people outside the company. Okay, in order to appeal to potential clients or customers, so that they are uh, they are attracted to what you have to offer. Okay, so business proposals are basically meant to attract clients. Okay, potential clients or customers for the company. All right, now we come to the structure of a business proposal. All right, so a business proposal, the first thing that you have to remember is that it contains prefatory parts. Okay, prefatory, now you, as you can understand, uh, this is basically an introductory part. Okay, so this segment gives the solicitor or the recipient an overall idea about the proposal, such as highlights and coverage. Okay, special attention should be given to this segment as it creates the first impression on the reader's mind. So basically, for a prefatory part of a business proposal, basically gives the suggests the overall idea what your proposal deals with, the overall idea that your proposal actually puts forward or puts forth, like the highlights and the coverage. Okay, so of course you need to give special attention to this particular segment, because this is something which actually attracts the reader. This creates the first impression in the reader's mind. Okay, now the prefatory part, it contains the following parts. The first of it is the title page. Okay, so the title page includes the title, the name of the person or the company to whom the proposal is submitted, or the name of the person submitting the proposal and the date. Okay, so basically it contains the title, the title of your project, the name of the recipient or the company who is receiving the proposal, and the name of the person or the proposer who is writing the proposal or who has submitted the proposal, along with the date in which you are submitting the proposal. Alright. Then comes the letter of transmittal. So this is the second segment of uh, second sub segment of prefatory part. Okay. So this is a cover letter basically, which accompanies or is bound along with the proposal. Alright, so it includes a brief introductory, middle, and concluding paragraph. So basically, you state the topic and the purpose of your proposal. Okay, and the middle section contains a proposal highlights, which is very important. The main points of your proposal. It is written in the letter of transmittal. So again, it's a very important segment. Okay, so now and then it is followed by a concluding paragraph, which basically motivates and encourages the one to whom the proposal is written to actually positively respond to the proposal. Alright. Then we come to the draft contract. Now, what is a draft contract? So, the draft contract is basically the rough contract or the rough proposal that you have actually written before making any edits or corrections. Okay. So, basically, the draft contract is the rough, you know, it is the rough proposal. Okay. It is a rough draft, and it includes, the terms of finance or the duration of the project. Okay, finance means the budget that is required for the project to be executed, the duration, the time duration in which the project will be done, and the delivery schedule, the date on which, the proposal will be, or sorry, the project will be delivered. So all of these are written in the draft contract, which is the third subsegment of prefatory part. Okay. uh, Alright. Now this will be, of course, finalized and signed once the proposal is accepted. Alright. Now we come to the table of contents. Okay. So table of contents is again very essential. So it basically deals uh, with the segments that your proposal deals with. Okay. That your proposal includes the constituents of your proposal. Uh, Now, list of tables and figures, again, it is the fifth subsegment of your prefatory part, which basically allows the reader to, locate the visual aids if there are any, if you're using any visual aids for your project, that is. Now we come to the sixth section of the proposal, which is the executive summary, sixth section of the prefatory part of the proposal, sorry, which is the executive summary. Now the executive summary, as you can understand, it is a summary of everything that you wish to include in your proposal. Okay, so it should contain a brief background, and you should also basically convince the reader that why this project needs to be taken up at all. The objectives need to be summarized, and how the objectives are going to be met. Okay, what procedures you will be adopting to, achieve these objectives, and the final outcome of the project. Okay, so now here the budget figures are not going to be included. Okay, and basically the summary here, it reaffirms the strength of your proposal, or the strength of your argument as to why a project needs to be, you know undertaken at all. All right, now this section will only be of 100 to 300 words. So what word limit is 100 to 300 for the executive summary. All right, so now we come to, after the prefatory part, we come to the body of the proposal. Now the body of the proposal also contains sub segments. Okay, now let us take them up one by one. Okay, so basically, the body contains first the introduction. Now in the introduction, the first segment that you have is problem and need. Okay, so here you need to state the problem. Okay, what needs to be, investigated upon. Okay, and yeah, and it should also talk about the existing facilities and procedures and shortcomings, because of which a certain project needs to be, undertaken in order to smoothen these things out. All right. Uh, Also, it should also focus on why it is that the problem exists, and how is it that you are going to solve this problem, and what benefits the research will help you in, you know, uh, help you with, and the benefit will be, the primary benefit will be problem solving. Okay, then comes a background. Okay, now in the background, again, there are subsections like the previous work completed on identical or related projects, literature reviews on the subject. Okay, statements showing how the proposal will build on the already completed projects and research. Okay, so basically this includes the background. Now we come to the purpose. The purpose means the objective of the proposal. So what is the objective of your proposal? What is the motive of your proposal? Why is it that you're writing the proposal at all, or why is it that the project needs to be undertaken at all? So this is something that you will be including under the purpose. Okay, now uh, yeah, after the purpose we come to the scope. Okay, now this part basically defines the boundaries of your project. Okay, so basically it will talk about how your proposal will study one or more areas of a community, company, department, or any particular problem. uh, Also, the it will also talk about the topics which are outside the scope of your project. Okay, which do not which your project does not cover. All right, now we come to the limitations. Okay, so basically limitations describe the restrictions over which the proposer has no control. So, what are the limitations that you are likely to come across while you are undertaking the project and on which you have no control? Okay. Now we come to the project team or personnel. All right. So here we will talk about all those who will be working on the project, like the project director, coordinator, and yeah, in long proposals, such information is a must, including a brief resume of each individual. So when you are working on long projects, so that basically requires the resume of each individual who is working on the project. Okay. Next comes the methods and sources also. Uh, so these basically talks about the methods and sources that you will be adopting, the sources that you will be referring to, and the methods that you will be adopting in order to carry out your project. Okay, so these segments or these constituents, these are the constituents of the introductory part of your you know main body. Okay, now we come to the technical section. Okay, so here basically we talk the first thing is procedures. So again, what important procedures need to be undertaken in order to you know successfully carry out your carry out your project. Now we come to the methodology that would be adopted to carry out the project. Okay, so the this is called the plan of attack. This particular section is called the plan of attack, where you are talking about the methodology that you will be carrying out to that you will be adopting to carry out the project. Okay, after this comes under the technical section, which comes under the introduction, comes after the introductory section. Now comes the management section. So basically in the management section you basically give an order in which you're going to undertake the project. So basically the first one is a sequence of activities. So the sequence of activities which you are going to be adopting in order to carry out your project. So it should not be, your project should not be carried out in a haphazard manner, like one moment you are doing one thing and the next moment you are haphazardly thinking of taking up another step. No, the project should be undertaken in a step by step format. One step should follow the other, and it should not be like, okay, now you are following this particular method, in the next whimsically will follow another method. No, no whims are will be you know uh, there are no place for whims here when you are talking about a project, or when you are undertaking to execute a project. So it should have a proper sequence and order. Okay, then comes the equipments and facilities and products. So all these equipments and facilities and products that you will be using in order to carry out your uh, project. Okay, then comes the human resources. Okay, so who are again the resources that you will be following, or you will be kind of the resources that you will be resorting to for your project. Then comes a budget cost and estimate after your technical issues. Okay, or the technical methods. The budget again means the cost that the project will be requiring, the cost that you will have to bear, or the organization will have to bear in order to carry out the project. project, then comes a conclusion where you are concluding your project, then comes supplementary parts which are kind of optional. So one is the appendices, which are optional, like the visual maps or graphs. You may or may not include this. Then comes the references, okay, which is the list of sources that have been used or quoted in the proposal. So references is compulsory, you have to include this. Okay, so these are the uh, constituent parts of your proposal. So all these things are required to be included in your proposal. And as you have understood, you know this proposal or a proposal writing or a business proposal contains elements and sub elements which are constituting it, and again elements which are sub to that. Okay, so you have to be very careful with that. Okay, so we are done with this particular lecture. I will again meet you for unit 3. Thank you. I'll meet you again for unit 3. Bye. Thank you for listening.